So, one issue that I'm interested in is like representation of people of color on television. Is that something? Have you kind of noticed any issues with that?
Yes and no. So I think. Oh, you ready? Let me know when you're ready.
No,
Okay.
go for it.
Okay. So I think yes and no in regards to your question about have I noticed like a misrepresentation of people of color. I think there's been an influx recently of shows that. Sorry?
Can you raise your
Oh yeah, no problem. So I think there's been an influx of shows that feature predominantly cast of color. So if you look at HBO's Insecure, if you think about Blackish, but those are all recent developments. I think if you look at the history of television, there's definitely been a misrepresentation of people of color, but also people of color represented in a positive way. So I think there's always been a perpetuation of stereotypes that represent communities of color, and so I'm hoping we see more of a kind of positive spin put on that with these new shows that are happening.
What kinds of representations do you see nowadays? Like, what are the not new stereotypes, but kind of new images that you're seeing?
I mean, you definitely see the rise of the young black professional crowd. So again, I'll reference like HBO's Insecure and other things that are shows that I can definitely see myself in the characters that represent me and that actually have a positive light. They also show the negative sides that we all have, but they try to just give a real portrayal of what a person of color is experiencing in modern day times.
Okay, and what about other cultures? Do you see the similar?
That's a great question. I mean, I will say I definitely watch shows that are kind of geared towards people of color. I don't think I've noticed the same uptick of shows that are representing other people of color other than like African Americans. And so I would say that's probably still an issue, but also maybe I'm just not aware of those shows and the existence.
And do you think this is a permanent change, or do you think it's maybe
That's
this happened before, like in the 90s?
Exactly. I think it could be a fad. It'll be interesting to see over the next few years. And also I think with the administration, I hate tying everything back to politics, but again, I think people are looking for outlets and these shows play a role in that. I hope it's something that we will see for an extended period of time and that it's not just a fad that will last for the next few years.
Okay, and last question. Do you see any shows that are doing this maybe badly? Like, that are kind of trying to be, like, maybe just bad quality, or it's just not hitting the mark?
It's a good question. I'm sure they exist. I'm sure I self-select and I don't choose to watch them. None come to top of mind for me, but I'm also like very rarely do I have time to even watch TV. But I'm sure they exist. I just don't have any knowledge of them right
So
now.
what shows would you say, like, you watch? Insecure?
I'd say Insecure, Blackish. I'm waiting for the next season of Atlanta to start. I'm trying to think, what else am I recently? Scandal. I mean, so I say, going back to your other question, Scandal is a show that I have an issue with. Just the character, the main character, and just how she is portrayed as a black woman and how she's dominated by white men. That would be a great show that I think does not do a good job of representing the image that we should want to see.
And what about, have you seen, like, Empire?
Yeah, so I've fallen off of Empire. I was a huge fan to start with, and then I just didn't keep up. I think they do a great job of showing like the music world and what that's like, and then the family dynamics that exist within that. I think I would put them on the borderline of neutral in terms of their portrayal because it's good and bad, but I haven't watched enough to know where they have went recently in terms of that.
Can I just get your full name?
Sure. Joshua L.